following program is rated TV MALV. It contains strong language, violence, and nudity.
Green Bay.
Good, better, better. Good, better, better. Good gets better. Good gets better. Better gets better. Better gets better. There's a 3, 4, 3.
Here we go, Barflies. Welcome to the Barfly Tailgate Show. You already know it's done by Barflies, for Barflies, and all the other Bears fans out there. Our Chicago Bears play a playoff game tonight against the Cheeseheads. I am so fired up. In that intro, again, shout out to Aldo for putting that together. That intro, just every week, I could come in here half asleep, I bet, and that thing would fire me up to run through a brick wall. It's just so awesome. My man Tooch, my man Neil, KB's on his way, but first and foremost, my man Blast from the Past. A couple weeks back, we had Bobby on. This week, we got my man Ryan Badgley, the Badger, in the house. What's going on, Badge? How you doing, brother?
Man, it's an honor to be back on the Barfly Tailgate Show on the Barroom Network. This being a part of this was one of the funnest times of my life. I had so much fun. You guys made this, the last few years of this some of the best times, man. And I had so much fun working with all you guys. And guys, we have a playoff football team. And to be honest with you, I'm surprised. But boy, do I like Ben Johnson. You guys know me. You know accountability is a big thing for me. And it looks to me like this guy has it. And, I think the guys have bought in. It looks like they've bought in. I cannot wait for tonight, man. I hope they piss pound these sons of bitches like never before.
Hell yeah, Badge. Yeah, we're all ready for it. I mean, we've played the Packers now twice. Here comes round 3 with all the marbles, everything on the line. Win or go home. Just the stakes couldn't be higher. But man, it feels good to be talking about important football in January. Usually by this time of year, I've done 16 mock drafts. I've got a big board set up. I know where I'm leaning in the draft. This year, like I watched some college football yesterday, trying to watch the D-line, to try and scout a little bit. I'm not a scout like you, Neil, but I try and look at what I can and what I think about where. But it's awesome to be caring about Bears football in January. We just gotta keep it rolling. But I'm gonna introduce everybody. First and foremost, my man Tooch. How was your week, brother? How you doing, man?
It's good. For the record, I've done 10 mock drafts, AC.
Well, I've done a couple, and I continuously grab Oregon defensive linemen, but after last night, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Yep, I'm trying to get the Bears draft full of edge rushers and defensive tackles and safeties just to shore up that 29th ranked defense. But man, I'm glad Badger's back. It's so good to see you. You're one of the founders of the show, and that means a lot to all of us.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, and Bobby as well. Last week was a blast hanging with him. This game, however, today, man, I'm a little worried. I mean, after that flat performance versus the Lions, we never led in that game. It was 16-0 for the first 3 quarters, shutout for the first 3 quarters. Ben Johnson, of course, said, we're not gonna, it's not acceptable, and his mantra for the playoffs has been better be prepared to play 5 more games. If you're not prepared to play 5 more games, don't even come in. Made it very clear about what's at stake for this team. What worries me is that that 29th ranked defense against the Packers, who are the 12th ranked offense. The Bears, on the other hand, are the 6th ranked offense, so we can put points up. We just can't have one of those slow starts that have plagued us. Bears are coming in off a 2-game losing streak. The Lions the Packers on a 4-game losing streak. But the slow starts, worry me. Hopefully, the team gets an influx of adrenaline from players like Kyler Gordon and Roma Dunze coming back.
Yeah, that's definitely a big thing, coming back from injuries. But the Packers basically rested everybody last week, so they had an extra week to get ready for this game. KB, man, how you doing, brother? How was your week?
Man, first of all, I know that ain't my boy Badge on here. Oh, man.
That's my guy. What up, brother?
RB, you feel me? The original, boy.
Oh, man, it's good to be back, man. I love popping on every once in a while just to get that feeling, I'm appreciative that I'm welcome back.
Oh, always, brother. You got a home here, man.
Hell yeah.
It's good to see you, brother.
You too, brother.
Oh, man. Last week was a little bit of a game, man. Watching that with a little bit of just had that ick in my soul.
Yeah.
But I mean, ultimately, man, I get it. It is what it is, man. They lost the game, bro. It is what it is. Now you got to turn around. You got to get ready for this game, man. And I'm excited. I'm super excited for this game. The chance to beat the Packers again and then send them home in the playoffs. Oh yeah, it's good times over here, brother. It's good times over here, man. It's been a great week. Man.
Hey, let's not forget what our boy said in the opening press conference. He said he's really enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur twice a year. Well, he's got a shot to do it today, fellas. Right. He's got a chance to beat him twice this year, even with splitting the regular season. So it would be awesome to finish the job and send those cheeseheads home. But I don't think my boy Neil is going to talk about it when I introduce him here. I think he's got a couple other things on his mind. Good morning, Neil Stopchinski. How are you doing? And how was your week, brother?
Top of the morning to you, gentlemen. And Badge, I have my head on backwards, but I tip of the cap to you, good sir. Good to have you back.
Appreciate it,
amped
brother.
Up, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Absolutely amped up to have you back. I love that word you started using, piss pounding. Was that what it was? It was a piss pounding?
Yep.
I hope you piss pound the hell out of these Green Bay Packers.
Piss pounding, dude.
I'm going to start using that. I'm going to reference the hell out of you when I do, but man, that's an awesome word.
Yeah, dude.
Speaking of piss pounding, IU last night, dude.
Woo!
Wow.
Holy cow.
Hey, Oregon got JMU, didn't they?
Woo. Buddy. Hey, the family group chat was popping last night. I mean, that was just that was wild. Celebrated a birthday in a big way with that win. So here we are, man. It's birthday weekend.
Yeah.
I'm ready to light this thing up. And hopefully the Bears give me another gift tonight. Give all of us a gift tonight. With sending these Packers straight on back up to Green Bay. Tails between their legs. Whimpering and crying. I wish I had my cheese grater hat. I wish I had one. Don't have one. I think I might have to fix that potentially
Those
after
things sell
tonight.
out fast, man. If you want one, you better, you might have to make one.
How
maybe we
about
put in a
that
special
story,
request,
though,
who knows?
guys? How about that
That was
story?
a
though?
great story. Yeah.
Like the company, like is making cheeseheads, and the Packers tell them, "Yeah, you can't do that." And now they totally flipped it, and they're making the cheese grater hats.
I love it.
If that's not
Yep.
the biggest fuck you, I
Absolutely,
love it.
dude.
I love it.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
awesome.
Listen, you send us a cease and desist, okay? We'll just we'll
Yep.
flip it on you.
How's this for a
Pivot.
season assist right up your ass?
Yeah, those things are selling out pretty quick, man. We're seeing, I mean, the Bears started it, but then the Ravens do it the week after, and
Yep.
the city of Chicago, man. Not only obviously us Bears fans have been waiting for this forever. You know, we struggled through after the first year, the Nagy era, the Eberflus era, hell, the Trestman era before that. We have been dying of thirst for a football team like this, and it is so awesome to get a nice big bottle of Ben Johnson's special stuff. We like Space Jam, you know. It's just quenching our thirst this year, and it feels so freaking awesome to have a team that, and it was a little different with Nagy because the defense really held all that together, and the offense would just kind of try to hold your water here, fellas. Let's try and score 10 points and see if we can get away with this. This team feels different. This team feels like it is set up for success, not only this year, but this is just the start of it, fellas. It feels like we're set up for success going forward. The biggest question coming into this season for me was, is this the right head coach? And is this the right quarterback? And I think it's a resounding yes to both of those questions. And it feels, I never thought, and I tell my wife this every week, I never thought I would see a Chicago Bears quarterback be able to do the things that Caleb Williams is able to do 5 or 6 times a game. I think he's about to get killed. And he spins out of it, makes a throw down the field into a keyhole and just lands it. And we've surrounded him with weapons. Colston Loveland, nobody's talking about Tyler Warren being the right draft pick anymore. Yep. On fire. Luther Burden, the Packers, who we played tonight, drafted a wide receiver in the first round. We have the same amount of touchdowns as that wide receiver. Luther Burden III has showed up, and this guy is like Darth Vader. He fires me up when I see him on the field breaking tackles. I'm just, yeah, I'm just fired up. But we've been waiting on this, fellas. We've been waiting on this for years. We've been waiting on this, and it feels so good to finally turn on a Bears game. And no matter the score, I feel like we still got a shot. We were down 16-0 last week, and I was like, we're not out of this. I want to see more. Yep. I want to see it happen quicker, but we're never out of the game. Badge,
I think that's the difference. I think that's the difference, dude. You said it when you went back to Trestman and to fucking Matt Nagy. I would still punch that son of a bitch if he were standing in front of me. But, this team – compared to the teams that we've seen in the last, obviously since Lovey, if we're honest, guys, you didn't have confidence in the offense on those teams that they could carry the team to a victory if the defense flatlined. I think what this offense showed you against San Francisco is what the true version of this offense is supposed to be. They should be able to put up 30, sometimes 40 points a game and beat teams pretty handedly. Now, I like Dennis Allen. I like that he likes to blitz, but what I saw last week, guys, 11, 12 yards off the ball, sitting in his space. Where was playing man? Where was getting up in coverage and checking guys off the line instead of just leaving Amon-Ra St. Brown to run a 7-yard in route, and he's picking up 17 to 20 yards after he catches the goddamn thing. To me, you have to, after last week, you have to reassess what you were doing because your offense clearly can score points. Oh, I don't want to say it will, but goddamn, boys, it's close. When we need them, they're putting them on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we need the defense to step up now. Like, and I'm gonna bring up Dan Orlovsky. I know I sent that to KB and AC, and Dan brought up some good points. The defense obviously is the Achilles heel to this team if they can't take the ball away. Right. Mm-hmm. Now, if they're taking the ball away, that's giving our offense more opportunities. Now, I do believe the offense is inconsistent, but it's not I don't feel like it's an every week inconsistency. I do believe, think about this, right? In the Nagy era, we couldn't score in the first quarter.
Right.
Well, we're putting up points, sometimes, fairly quickly. And then, they'll go through a spurt there, in between second and third quarter where it's like, okay, we need, now tonight, everything's on the table. Like I think this game to beat the Green Bay Packers to me is more important than whoever they go on and play next, just because I think if they beat them tonight, the confidence for this team goes through the roof. And I'll be honest, I think if they beat Green Bay, I don't think they lose again.
Well,
wow.
If we beat Green Bay, when we beat Green Bay, we either play Philadelphia, who has to come here, and we've already played them on Black Friday. We saw how that played out, which, by the way, let's run that game plan again. I feel like
today,
I feel like that's the game plan tonight. Let's run that game plan again. Or if the Carolina Panthers somehow again upset the Rams, I believe they're the ones that come to town. So you want to make a Carolina Panthers team come travel to the cold of Chicago, which we might have a snow game tonight, fellas.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Bear weather. It doesn't affect the Packers to the effect that it would other teams, but we're getting bear weather tonight as well.
It's a nasty forecast.
Yeah. Neil, you've been a longtime Bears fan. What does this team feel like compared to, we've all been Bears fans for a long time. How does it feel to – we're not all the way out of it yet, but to kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel, in my opinion.
Man, it's different, dude. It's different. Kind of, if I could draw a parallel, I remember back in 2006, that was a Super Bowl year, right? Around this time in 2007, when, Bears were on their way to playing the Colts in that Super Bowl, I remember coming up for my interview at Northwestern. And the second that you cross over into the city limits of Chicago, you can feel the electricity. That's kind of what it feels like right now. I haven't been out of the house much all week. Work's been kind of, on my ass about some things. And not in a bad way. I just a lot of stuff to get done, if that makes sense. Busy week. But anytime I was out, you can just feel the electricity, man. It's palpable. Yeah. And that's probably the one parallel that I can draw.
Yeah.
If you look back to what was was that 2011, the year that we actually lost to Green Bay with a chance to get to the Super Bowl in the playoffs? For the last time that we played Green Bay in this kind of leverage of the game.
But Green Bay beat our backup quarterback, so I was told that doesn't count. Right? Yeah,
right. Yeah, being backup quarterbacks doesn't count. Let's not forget that. The hypocrites up north. That's what we're going to start calling this team, the hypocrites up north. Yeah, Caleb Haney, man. Hey, give the kid credit. He went out there and tried to do his best.
Yeah,
but I feel like if we had Cuddy back there slinging rocks, we've been okay.
Man, when I'm seeing highlights of Cuddy now, I'm like, I loved Cutler when we had him, but I didn't realize to the level he was slinging it. Like some of those
appreciate
deep balls,
that dude one bit. I appreciated the dude. I appreciate the hell out of Jay Cutler. I don't think the fan base en masse appreciated the hell out of that dude like we should have. Considering the graveyard of quarterbacks we thrown out there on the field. You know what I mean? That's a wild thing to think about, that we didn't appreciate probably the only dude that actually could throw the ball the way that he could throw the ball.
Yeah, and the weaponry we didn't put around him. And we're all talking about the 4,000-yard season. Mark Trestman probably would have had Cutler do it, if he didn't bench him to try and prove a point with Matt Barkley in that final game. We probably would have already had our 4,000-yard passer. But, now that I'm seeing highlights of Jay, I'm like, holy, like, I love the guy. I was always a Jay Cutler apologist. I always talked about, well, A, who are we going to get that's better? And B, I think he's a lot better than people give him credit for. But we really didn't appreciate what we had when we had him. I mean, look at
Kyle Orton was better. I don't know how the hell you could.
My father-in-law still swears Kyle Orton was better than Jay Cutler, and I'm like, I don't know what you're watching. I don't know what you're watching. Not what I'm seeing. But Neil, you brought up a good point about the city. It's always been said, when the Bulls were on fire in the 90s, of course, it was huge. Cubs make a run to the World Series in 2016. White Sox make their run in 2005. Blackhawks have had their dynasty, but it's always been said that Chicago was a Bears town. That is a team that galvanizes the city like no other. And I think it really goes back to them just being around since the 1920s, where you have generations of Bears fans, much like Cubs fans, generations of Bears fans who have never had a successful season. I mean, I was born in 88. I've never watched this team win a Super Bowl. A lot of people that go back to the 85 year, I can't relate. I can see highlights. I know Walter was great. I know we had a dominant defensive line. I can see the tape, but I wasn't there for it. I didn't live in it. Whereas some of our Bears fans, like my man Tooch, you were around back then. How is this team feeling to you? Is it anywhere close to that? I guess it's hard to say. Is it close to 85? But is it feeling the kind of same way, Tooch? You've been a pessimistic Bears fan for years. How's it feel?
Man, that 85 Bears team, the defense was just so dominant. That was my senior year of high school, so it was like a great send off for high school. My locker, I had all Bears pictures on the inside of my locker. A few centerfolds too, but yeah, I mean, the defense was just so dominant, and this year we didn't expect as much. That year we expected a lot of the Bears. They felt primed to win it all. This year we're kind of like, well, if we can get to 9 wins, it'll be an improvement, and we're so far ahead of schedule that it's a little troubling, man. It's like, we don't want to peak too soon, but there's also the feeling that Caleb in another year or two will have this offense mastered, because it is a complex offense. It takes a lot for not just Caleb to learn it, but everybody to coordinate an offense like that, from offensive linemen to receivers being in the right place. The numbers of their steps and their routes are measured. A lot of times we say, well, Caleb missed that receiver. We don't know if the receiver was in the right place, times. And that kind of stuff, when that's cleaned up in a year or two and everybody's on the same page, I'll feel a lot more like I did in 85. But yeah, the 85 team, they were singing the Super Bowl shuffle. They were so confident.
Mid-season, they put that shit out.
Oh yeah, it was like week 6 they put it out.
So yeah, but this season has been a blast. This is the most fun I've had in a long time. I mean, 8 come from behind tries are 6-2. The Bears are 11-5-1 against the spread. The Packers are 6-10 against the spread. So I mean, those kind of things give you a little hope for tonight. But man, both games against the Packers, we did not lead 1 second of either of those games.
Yeah,
right.
Yep.
So that's troubling. And then you fold in the Lions game where we were behind 16-0. We had to get two 2-point conversions. That gives you a lot of hope too. We got the onside kick. We got the 2-point conversion. I'm saying this is the luckiest Bears season ever.
Stop, Pope.
Yeah, we usually have the worst luck.
Very true.
Yeah, the Eberflus was notorious for blowing big leads in the fourth quarter. This team's famous for the exact opposite.
I promise you that wasn't the only thing he was blowing, Gooch.
Right. And then
how do you think he kept his job the whole season?
Dead women tell no tales. Virginia passed away. I know. Too soon.
Right. Her birthday was just recently. I know. On social. So,
Yep.
We've got the Pope. We've got Virginia up there saying prayers for us with Papa Bear, trying to wheel this team to victory. As bad as the Eberflus era was, it led us to St. Ben, St. John.
Absolutely.
I believe is what you got to. So we've absolutely good, better, best. Taking us to church every Sunday. My man KB, you're a youngin' like me, but we've been through the trenches, brother. How does it feel to witness a Bears season like this? And I know you're not in Chicago, but you're right outside city limits out there in South Bend. What's it feel like around there, man?
It's refreshing, man. This is just speaking on my part of it, man. It's refreshing because for so long you had maybes at the beginning of the season. You go in, you know how we all were. We all coming in very optimistic. This could be the Bears year. We got this, we got that, and then it just falls flat on its face. And it's every year we just heads down. Everybody kind of keeps it to themselves. Nobody talks about the season because we suck. So it's like it is what it is. But as far as looking at the area, man, I see more Bears paraphernalia everywhere. You see people with their Bears plates on their cars, people walking around in Bears gear. We can look at each other, hit the nod. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that wasn't the thing before. A lot of that wasn't the thing before this year. So it's been refreshing to see, man. It's almost like we have a real sports team in Chicago. Team. So, hey man, I'm happy for it. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it's felt great, man, to cheer on this team, to push us into victory. My man Badge, I know you got to bounce soon. So I want to pass to you. I know it's really early. We haven't even dug deep into the stats or dug deep into what we're watching for tonight, but I know you got to head out. So if you could give me, this is how we close it out every week.
Yep.
Give me your score prediction, a bold prediction, your MVB, and hit your shout outs, brother.
All right, dude. Well, I'll say this. The NFL is better when the Bears are better.
Absolutely.
I don't care what anybody says. When you have historic teams that are in the playoffs, it's such a good look for your league and your organization, and that's what makes this so much fun. So my score prediction, I think this is going to be a shootout, fellas. I'm taking the Bears 33-31. My bold prediction is they're going to score with 6 seconds left in the game, and it's going to be the guy that's been missing for a couple weeks that scores the go-ahead touchdown, Mr. Rome Odunze, boys.
Oh, wow.
I feel it. I think he's going to be the guy that propels this team not only to the next round, but I just think, I don't know, man, they knock these guys off. Who's in their way? To me, this is the only team where I could see the Bears faltering because of the history. After them, the Eagles, we've beaten already. They don't scare me at all. The Panthers, the Rams, can the Rams put up points? Yes. Their defense is suspect. There's just now, you look at the AFC, the guys that have been there for years and years aren't there right now. It's a crapshoot. So to me, I think they knock these guys off. I think it's Super Bowl or bust, in my opinion. I think as much as I want to give Caleb the game ball, I think it's going to be DeAndre Swift. And I know my buddy Big Girl Son Trent is going to hate that because he loves Managai. But I think you have to put the ball in DeAndre Swift's hands. I'm not saying you don't give Managai carries because he's clearly a factor. But I think it's got to be Swift. He's your one. You got to ride him. Use him for the yards. Get him in the end zone. And guys, my shout outs, obviously Aldo Gandia. I see what you're going through, brother. My love to you and your family. Always here for you. My boys from the Barroom Network, man, the Barfly Tailgate Show. This is where I was able to come and talk Bears and speak freely. And, you know, just I got to do so much cool stuff, man. You know, thanks to doing this show and being a part of this phenomenal network. And the fact that this show still goes on and is still watched by so many Bears fans, it's because of you guys every week putting out great content that people still want to watch. And I love that. And I love you boys. And I thank you so much for having me on.
Aldo's got a message for you, Badge.
Never fucking give up. Never.
I love it. I love it. I love you guys. Great to see you. And can't wait to chop it up with you guys again. Hopefully we're talking Super Bowl here in a few weeks, boys.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. Badge, before you head out, I know you're not going to give yourself the plug. I've been catching you on TikTok doing your little golf thing, man.
Yeah,
I know
man.
you're spending a lot of
I didn't
time
know
on the
about it.
links lately. If you want to give yourself a little plug there, what's your socials where people can keep up with you at?
Yeah, it's so my TikTok is at golfnerd40. I try to golf as much as I can. I went to my daughter lives in Florida now, so went down there and was able to golf a little bit. So I, threw some videos up and hit my first ever bunker shot from 150 plus yards, and surprised myself.
Hell yeah, dude.
Man, Badge living his best life, man. It's great to see you, brother.
Great to see you guys. I appreciate it. Be well.
Bear down, brother.
Good out, brother.
Man, it feels good to see seeing Badge on my screen over here. Bringing back old times, man. But it's good. Like I said, it's good. That Badge was one of the guys who had been through so much. And the Matt Nagy era broke him. It made him not want to talk Bears anymore. It made him not want to come on here and give his opinion anymore. So it's guys like that and a lot of these longtime fans that this season is just different for. This season, and it's not over yet, fellas. We got to keep going. We're going to dig into the numbers a little bit.
This guy almost broke BAC.
Buddy, you ain't the only one. But, hey, I wanted Jim Harbaugh. We didn't get Jim Harbaugh. I wanted Ben Johnson for 2 years, really. We went and got Ben Johnson, and I'm loving what we've been getting out of it. And a lot of these players that were under that guy, Tooch, were not producing. Yeah. And now you get a good – coaching matters. I'm sure you got that photo for us. Coaching matters.
Yes, she does. Always. Yes, she does.
When you put the players in position to succeed by good coaching, this is what you get out of it. Yep. By the way, All Pros came out. Shout out the Bears. Got Joe Tooney, first team All Pro, Kevin Byard, first team All Pro, and Darnell Wright, second team All Pro. So we got 3 of them.
Oh, nice.
I feel like I wish we could have had a couple more on there. May have got snubbed.
You feel like that we're developing players too, which we never did under the other previous coaching regimes.
And that's why it feels so different too. These young guys. Go ahead, KB.
I was gonna say I'd be remiss to say, man, y'all see my boy, that boy Matt Nagy got a head coaching job for the Ravens.
He got hired. Oh, he got interviewed.
He got interviewed.
Yeah, he's been interviewed there with the Titans.
Yeah.
Trying to remember where.
KB, he could hire Matt Eberflus.
Woo! Sir.
I think that picture that you put up of Eberflus earlier, Tooch, is where he needs to go. Just he's got a check from the Bears. Now he's got a check from Dallas. Just go chill, bro.
Like, that he should smoke that stick, man. That's all.
Talk about winning the lottery, coaching lottery.
That's maybe go to college. I don't know. That's the best job in sports is being a fired college head coach. I mean, you got Jimbo Fisher and Mark Stoops and all those guys just gathering paychecks. But go ahead, KB. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, brother, that's all I want to say. I seen it the other day, and I said, ooh.
Yeah.
I said, he will ruin Lamar Jackson.
Well, the thing is, 25% of the league fired their coaches. We're not one of them.
Absolutely.
Feels great. And there's not as many good candidates as there are openings. You got John Harbaugh out there who gets fired by the Ravens. I think it was more a mutual of parting ways. He may end up in New York with the Giants, which I'd be willing to see what he can do with that young core that they've got with Dart and Scadaboo and Malik Neighbors coming back and that defensive line. They got pieces there. It's just trying to put it all together. Pete Carroll gets fired in Las Vegas, which that was a train wreck. And I feel like they got pieces too. But it'll be interesting to see who goes where. 8 openings, not that many candidates, in my opinion. But
Mike
we got
Daniel fired.
Yep.
Better hope he doesn't go to the Lions as offensive coordinator. That would suck.
Said they interviewed him. I would hate to have that offense up there because I liked Mike McDaniel. He reminded me a lot of. I don't want to say Tressman because it wasn't as bad as Tressman, but his play calling, his X's and O's were spot on. He just wasn't a leader of men. So I
kind of had that nerd energy too, like Tressman.
Yeah,
for sure.
But, I'll tell you that the weather forecast has me a little concerned, fellas. It's gotten nastier the closer we get to kickoff. I mean, Neil's probably the closest here, and KB as well. But temperatures are expected to be hovering around freezing. With the wind gusts will make it feel like 9 degrees.
Up to 30 miles an hour.
Yep, sustained winds from the west at 19 miles per hour. That'll be a constant pushback against the gameplay. And then gusts up to 39 miles per hour in the first half, blowing sideline to sideline. So it's supposed to calm down a bit in the final minutes of the game, but still sustained winds of 16 miles per hour. But the potential snow showers in the first quarter, that doesn't help the Bears' slow starts, man. I'll tell you.
They run the damn ball.
Yeah, it'll help if they run the ball.
Faux cheese has got me.
There we go, Faux cheese.
Run the damn ball.
Yeah, it's one of those games where you just run that thing. But put up the graphic there, Tucher. Run it through a motherfucker's face. Put up the graphic. And then you got the thing queued up.
That one. Where is
Not
it?
that one.
I'm going to kill you.
That is also
that's what we should do.
Yeah.
But,
That also though. That
There
also
we
I'm
go.
going to kill him. Run through a motherfucker's face, and also I'm going to kill you. That is what has to take place with that. I just turned around, and it's it was a little bit of a wintry mix kind of situation taking place out there. It may say on all the weather channels that it's raining right now, but I'm less than a mile away from the lake, and it's kind of a little bit of a mix right now, which is probably what it's going to be, later on tonight. They're saying there could be a chance for accumulating snow tonight, like an inch or two, kind of like a dusting. Most of it's going to melt with how hot, not hot, but you know what I mean. In terms of Chicago in January, it was 55 degrees a couple days ago. So most of it's going to melt, but we could get some accumulating snow. It could get really nasty inside that stadium today with those 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts. I mean, it's going to be it's going to be a walk off the plank a little bit in terms of how the weather is going to affect this game. Run the ball, run the damn ball.
Yes.
Swift. Boom. Swift and mighty.
I was waiting for someone to say run the ball and roll that clip.
Yeah.
Boom.
God, we had that one. Sheesh, that's tough, man.
Yeah, well, definitely that should be the game plan today is to run the damn ball. Shout out Bizarro World. He says it's snowing a little out here. I don't know if he's out there tailgating this early or if he's just close to the stadium.
He really raises a good point here, though. I mean, you guys think Matt LaFleur's coaching for his job?
From what I'm hearing from Packers fans,
I heard it too.
Weird. I don't think he should be on the hot seat, but when they start bringing up some of his questionable coaching decisions, we've heard issues with him with time management. That this is what I'm hearing from Packers fans, and that every time he's been in the playoffs, it was as the 7th seed, and he continues to get bounced. Now he did beat the hell out of Dallas one time. But other than that, he continues to get bounced. And Packers fans, even though they only have 2 Super Bowl trophies, a lot of them, like I'm hearing it from them and from Steelers fans who, they're owners.
I'm an owner.
Yeah, but I'm hearing
that one up too.
I'm hearing it from both of those fan bases where, it's good to win and be close, but they feel like they should be hanging banners. They should be hanging Lombardi trophies up. I mean, not only LaFleur, but possibly Mike Tomlin Monday night, coaching for their jobs. We did see, like I said, Baltimore move on from John Harbaugh. Sometimes even good coaches get canned, and even if they'll be picked up really quick, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not the right decision to move on from that coach.
That seems insane, though. Shit canning LaFleur after losing tonight seems like an insane thing.
I'm hoping, because I know we're talking about hirings and firings. The Miami Dolphins hired the VP of player personnel from Green Bay to be their general manager. Yeah. They're finalizing that contract. So if we see LaFleur go, he'll be in Miami the next day. Yep. Or he could grab Jeff Hafley and get him out of our division. Right. Also, Brian Flores, please somebody hire him as a head coach.
He
get him out of our
division.
Tell me Brian Flores Baltimore as a Raiders head coach. Tell me that just doesn't – that sounds perfect. That team needs an attitude adjustment. Brian Flores will fucking give it to you. I feel like it's a perfect match, but I haven't even heard if he's interviewed for it or what he's got going on, to be honest. But
on that note, AC, we can say everything we want about Packers fans, but there are some good dudes within that personnel department. John Eric Sullivan was absolutely one of those guys. Loved every time I sat in a room with that guy and chopped it up about football, talked about our prospects down there at Mississippi State. There are some rock solid guys within that organization, which is unfortunate because we all shit talk that place so much. You know what I mean? As fans, from a fan standpoint. But I think he's going to do some good things down there. Very bright guy, very personable guy. Knows ball very well. High energy dude too. I mean, he's a high motor son of a bitch, and he's bringing the right kind. They brought the right kind of human down into Miami to try and run that thing. I wouldn't be surprised if they get that thing turned around real quick. Well,
it's a management group and an ownership group that isn't scared to spend some money when they have to. So that's a plus down there in Miami. I mean, we'll see what route they go, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, definitely nice to see people taking pieces away from Green Bay. Whatever can weaken them is definitely a plus for us. Tooch, I know you've talked about the defense overall. It was hard last week to watch that, but once they put up the 16, our defense kind of held its ground. I mean, they only put up 6 points in the second half, if my math is correct. Is that right? So
3 points.
Even better.
We were losing 16-0, I think, right? No, wait, maybe you're right, AC. Maybe 13 points in the first half.
Yeah.
6 in the second half.
Yeah, that was it. So our defense kind of held its own in the second half. I'm not sure what they changed. I still feel like I saw receivers running wide open. Neil, you talked about it earlier, or maybe it was Badge. We need to bump these receivers off the line. Now, getting Kyler Gordon back, I don't know what percentage he's at as far as the snaps he's going to be able to play, because he's played 2 games this year, if that. So, and with his injuries, it's not like he's been able to run. Like if you have a shoulder or something like that, you can still run and keep your stamina up. This guy hasn't been able to run all year either, so it's not like he's going to come in, play 100% of the snaps. We're still going to be leaning on, unfortunately, C.J. Gardner-Johnson. When he got that concussion, boy, that looked scary last week. But when he got that concussion, I was like, well, he's going to be out next week. There's no. Even if we played Monday night, I don't think he would have been in there. So he's out. You got Nick McLeod, who you're leaning on a lot. We'll see what they do. I don't know what the deal is with Tariq Stevenson, even though he hasn't been fantastic. But when you're running out of bodies in the secondary and he's still not the guy that you lean on, it's kind of questionable. I don't know what the plan is.
The Tariq situation is perplexing to me, because you got to think about it. Isn't this his last year with the team? Or do he got one more year?
I feel like he's got one more, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I'd have to look that up.
I think it might have been 3. It might be 3 years right now, but it's weird because it kind of feels like Did he fall out of favor at some point? And you kind of don't understand why. Maybe it's some stuff that's going on in the background or stuff that's going on in practice that you just kind of we don't know about. But he's somebody I'm looking at in the offseason that they might try to move off of at this point. And you're wondering why. Because like you said, for a while, Stevenson was hot. Then he got hurt. Then he comes back and he's nowhere near playing like how he was before he got the injury.
He's a free agent in 2027.
Okay, so next year. So
yeah, I don't think they'll get rid of him. I mean, we had a hard time keeping healthy bodies on the field this season. You know?
Well, Zay Frazier put out, I guess, on his Snapchat that he was cleared and he's good to go. So he'll be back next year.
Yep.
Now it'll be a glorified extra rookie, and we don't know what we're getting out of him. But shout out to him for getting through what he was going through. Go ahead, Kevin.
Yeah, I don't think they'll re-sign Nashawn after the last couple. He was awesome the first few. I mean, now you got Zay Frazier coming back. There's draft picks. I'm sure they're going to draft some defensive backs.
I think Nashawn is fine if he's your third or fourth.
And that's my thing. And also, even though he had the interceptions that he had, what is he going to realistically ask for especially when he's already come out and said that the Bears are the team that gave him a chance and he doesn't want to leave?
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at it, they give him a modest deal that's not going to kill the cat.
We'll have to see what happens with Al Harris if he
someone's
going to
offer
back to Dallas. Then
someone's going to offer him a bag of money, and the Bears won't. We don't have a lot of.
Probably be Dallas because that's Dallas.
No.
They just
somebody that's desperate for length, and I mean, I've been saying it all year. He's a high leverage player, high risk, high reward.
Yep.
He's either going to fuck up at a massive level, or he's going to make a tremendously impactful play that's going to help you win a football game. Mm-hmm. And there really is no in between with the kid either. He's very shaky in coverage, but he ends up making plays.
Yeah. Sometimes
on accident. Let's go ahead and be honest. Sometimes on accident.
Right place, right time. Sometimes is all you need.
But the ability for him to sometimes rise up and make a massive play to help you win a football game is probably why somebody's going to go ahead and give him something worthwhile to think about.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Lions and Packers, the last few games we played against them, have exposed how you beat the Bears. Middle of the field, smaller, faster receivers. They can't stay with them. We just don't have the athletes on defense, and that really worries me. Because the Packers are going to expose this. They're going to have Christian Watson. We don't have anybody that can hang.
We've made him look like Randy Moss every time we played.
Jaden Reed, a kid from my hometown, he's in the slot.
I love that guy. I loved him in the draft.
Cover, Bo Melton had a freaking touchdown against us, and a deep crosser. But he's out for the game. But they still have Dobbs. Yep. I think Wicks is out, so they'll have Dobbs, Watson, and Reed, and Matthew Golden, and that's Golden hasn't done much this season.
It's weird because I don't feel that we played what our DB strengths are. I get being afraid to get burnt in coverage and all that, but I'm sorry, we should be playing bump and run.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say Jalen Johnson. You look at Jalen Johnson is a better bump and run coverage DB. I'm not saying that he's good in man or by any means, but he's better off the press. Nashawn Wright has the speed to keep up with a Golden. I mean, or Christian Watson. Why not have these dudes play up on them? If
the length comes into play there too, there, KB.
If you can disrupt timing for just a second, you're looking at. Every time we watch these games, for both these games, the Bears linemen always just a second late getting back to Jordan Love. Yeah. Always. He gets the ball out very quickly when he plays the Bears. It's rare that you see that man hold the ball for any long periods of time when he plays Chicago.
You got to get your hands up, man. That's Booker. We saw him with 2 or 3 bat downs last time we played the Packers, I believe. So if you're not getting home, you got to get your hands up.
That seems to be one of the things that innately Booker is really good at. Is
that length.
Once he knows he can't get to the quarterback by the time the ball hasn't come out, disrupt that passing lane. Get them long ass arms up there. Disrupt those passing lanes. How many batted balls does he have on the year? I mean, he's probably going to be leading the team, right?
I'll get that for you. Going back to Kyler Gordon, he played in 3 games this season. The Commanders and back-to-back week Commanders and Saints, and then got injured. Tried to come back against the Eagles. I think you'll all remember.
Hurt warming up.
Got hurt warming up before the game.
Yeah.
So that was that's his extent. Three games.
I will say to Mark Penning's point here in the chat where he says Golden will get lots of playing time and Reed is healthy. After watching last week with the crossing routes, that scares the hell out of me.
Yeah,
Those
me
guys, even though they haven't had the numbers this year, that speed and their ability to get open is terrifying. Your D-line has to get home today.
100%.
Grady Jarrett, we paid you a lot of money. Let's get home. Montez Sweat, you're the highest paid defender on this team, correct?
Booker has 3 pass defenses.
Only 3? Wow. I felt like he had 3 in
It
that
was
one
a
game.
Might have been all in that game. Maybe 2 against the Packers, 1 against the Lions. I don't remember, but I mean, he hasn't played in that many games this season. To be honest, he's played in 10 of 17. Booker.
I don't remember him being hurt. Oh, it was because Dio, right? Dio was named the starter.
Booker was injured. Yeah, he was injured. He was. We were waiting for him to come back.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
it seemed like it took
Preseason he got
forever
hurt.
too.
Yeah,
It took forever for him to get back on the field.
Well, we're gonna need him today.
Dennis Allen tried a bunch of stuff against the Lions. None of it worked.
Yeah,
He played man. He played zone. He tried some blitzing. I don't think he blitzed enough. That's just. I mean, we have to try and get pressure, bringing a DB or linebacker. It's just. There's no other way.
The biggest issue, though, is blitzing sounds good in theory,
I
but
know.
if they're killing you on those crossing routes, that's going to
You're vulnerable.
That's going to be even worse when you're blitzing. The middle of the field should not be as wide open as it is. I don't.
And that's the big thing that got exposed against both the Lions. They got exposed, against the Lions in a big way in week 2.
Mhm.
Blueberries running wild all over the field, particularly across the middle. And then the first game against the Packers, those deep crossers.
Yep.
Man, again, go back to what KB keeps piping on about it. Being physical at the line of scrimmage,
Yes.
or within the first 5 yards, because you can go ahead and touch the receiver within the first 5 yards.
Mhm.
After that, it's obviously legal contact. Put a shoulder into somebody, man. Knock them off the timing.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you think about it. If it is gonna be kind of, snowy out, winter, whatever the case is, you can really do damage in that first 5 yards. If you can just get somebody's footing from underneath them, and they have to reset their feet to get in on the route.
Mm-hmm.
We had
That's an extra second. So
I was watching Colin Cowherd yesterday, and he had Tom Brady on talking about his first playoff performance, where was against the Raiders in the snow. Everyone remembers the Tuck rule, but a lot of people don't remember. And Brady said, well, I knew that the pass rush wasn't going to be able to get home as often because of the slickness. And on offense, you know where you're going. The defender doesn't know where you're going in theory. So a lot of times he knew that he would have guys running open that normally wouldn't be running open because of the weather conditions. So maybe that's something that we'll watch tonight. I know Badge said he felt like it was going to be a shootout type deal.
I can't see that with the weather, though,
Maybe, but maybe not. I mean,
unless there's a few fumble returns and interception returns, then I can see it. But it's going to be slippery as hell out there.
Yeah. But even when we run the ball, we're able to break off big ones when we need to. And then I love our receiving core top to bottom, especially with Odunze coming back.
Well, can we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
I'm with you on that, but the last game they only completed 20 passes, I think, against the Lions. 10 of them went to Loveland. Yeah. So, I mean, I know he was a little hyper-focused on Loveland, and that's great because Loveland, he gets open. And he's got decent hands. He's had a few couple key drops, him and Burden, and they're rookies. But if we're gonna beat the Packers, we got to spread it around. We got to get the ball in the hands of playmakers like Burden and Moore and Odunze. I don't know how in shape Odunze is going to be for this game. He's got the stress fracture in his foot. That's going to take a whole off season to heal. Mm-hmm. Was it David Terrell? that had the stress fracture. And he just he broke his foot in the game, when he tried to come back from that.
Knock on some wood, Badge.
Sorry, brother.
Knock on some wood. Brother.
It ain't happening.
David Terrell being mentioned. No.
Went deep in his bag for that one now.
Right.
It's like more than one drop. Yeah. The drop passes, I think we're one of the top teams in yardage lost to drop passes on the season.
Yeah.
I think we're the top team, if I remember correctly.
With the yardage drop, Caleb is easily eclipsing 4,000 yards.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because I think we were up over 350.
Yeah, he's like 42 something.
Yeah.
4,300.
I feel like Loveland and Burden are some of the more sure-handed weapons that we have, but I feel like when they do drop the ball, it's in key moments, like the slant pass. Was it Green Bay or was it I can't remember which game it was. This little slant pass, maybe it was last week. Hits Burden right in the hands, he drops it, and it was a third down, and we end up having to. Or was that the part where Ben Johnson caught him on the sideline and he said I should have gone for it?
Oh man,
that part.
He scolded himself. He read his mouth. He's like, should have gone for it. And you know what? It would have been perfectly acceptable.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't stop the Lions at all.
Mm-hmm.
4th and 5. He should have gone for it. He did what most NFL coaches do: punt it away and hope the defense makes a stop and get the ball back. He had 3 timeouts. Those are the decisions that sometimes we knock Ben Johnson. We say, why the hell did he go for it on 4th and down here? That would have been fine. That's 4th quarter, 4th and 5. We're on our 39 40-yard line. If you're going to punt it away and try and get a stop, why not? You could punt it. You could go for it. If you miss it, you're still trying to get a stop in midfield.
Right.
There,
And you got more time left too.
You got more time on the clock with 3 timeouts.
I was expecting him to go for it there, but
I will too.
Yeah, he'll learn from that. We got to remember he's a first-time head coach.
Yeah, exactly.
He's still learning on the job. I'll deal with those bumps and bruises a lot more than watching Matt Nagy sit there or Matt Eberflus sit there and question why he's not calling a timeout on Thanksgiving. I would much rather have him just saying, "I wish I would have gone for it there," than that one. Triple R saying it just started snowing. We're getting
the talk this week after the Lions game was, hey, when your defense holds a team to 19, you should win in the NFL. And we knocked the defense because Lions were running wild.
Right.
Every time he dropped back on 3rd down, I was like, this is a first down. It's someone's catching. It's a completion. We just couldn't stop the middle of the field. And, we were a little bend, don't break, getting the stops once they got closer to the red zone and forcing the Lions to kick the field goal. But when you Ben Johnson's right. When you hold a team to 19, his offense should win the game by scoring more than 19.
And he said that in his press conference. Yeah, he said that in his press conference that he was more pissed at the offense for not working. He said it was a simple game plan. It was almost like he was scolding, and Caleb Williams even came out and expected better of himself. He was not pleased when he came out, and he said the offense has got to be better, and we all know that. Caleb knows that. The whole offense knows that. And today is put up or shut up, fellas. It's time to win or go home. The NFL playoffs is not like baseball where you get a 7-game series or basketball where you get a series where if you lose you get a chance tomorrow or the day after. No, you win or you go home. And we have played well enough. Now the last 2 weeks has sucked, but the Chicago Bears have played well enough to get home field advantage, other than if we play in Seattle through these playoffs. We just got to take advantage of it, man. And I know a lot of people, like I even said it earlier, we're building towards something else, but while you're here, you got to try and take advantage, because I've watched an hour north of me in Cincinnati. They have had a great quarterback, often injured, but they've had a great quarterback who went to the Super Bowl one time. They haven't been able to get over the hump and get back into the playoffs and get far into the playoffs. So as much as it feels like we're building towards something, we've got to try and take advantage of things while we're here. And we've seen teams do it who have been question marks going into it. But I maybe I'm crazy, but I'm very confident in our game tonight. As much as questions as we had about our defense, Packers fans are saying the same thing about their defense as far as not being able to get stops. Nixon really being burnt by everybody. I mean, he made the one good play to beat us in Green Bay where he made the pick. But other than that, Nixon has been getting burnt. They went and picked up Trayvon Diggs, speaking of the Cowboys. He got burnt last week by who they play, the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm
with
so
Max
happy we didn't
Brosmer.
get- Oh my God. Oh, why?
But I mean, they're
There's
searching
fans
for
that-
answers on their defense.
Why don't
as
we
well.
sign Trayvon Diggs? We're so banged up in the
Stop it.
secondary. But I
Who's
mean,
not seeing that? No.
you're not going to find a guy off the street at this point in the season. You know, it doesn't happen. You know,
The way we torched Diggs in week 3, I don't think that anybody would have been stoked about bringing Diggs into this locker room.
Diggs, when he had the year where he led the league and got paid, was honestly, if you looked at the yards he gave up, it was close
Feast or
to
famine.
1,000.
Mhm.
He was Nation Wright. Like I never seen the appeal. Never. But yeah, as soon as he got cut, and everybody was like, "Oh, maybe the Bears will pick up Trayvon Diggs because of
No.
Al Harris." No, you better
Mm-mm.
not.
I'll bet Diggs has a little bit of a hard on tonight just because of the way things went in week 3. I'll bet he'll want to go ahead and make a massive play in
I
this
hope he
game.
does, and I hope
That's what I was about to say. Shout out Brewhaw. I thought Rome was cooking him.
Hell
I
yeah.
thought that was, if I remembered right. Rome, I mean, again, he's coming back off an injury, but just having Rome on the field to stretch it long ways, because you don't have – I love
Right.
Luther, and maybe he's got it, but they like to use him and DJ a lot in those intermediate routes. Colson Loveland, he can do a little bit of everything, which I'm fucking loving that guy. I'm telling myself I'm not buying a current Bears jersey because I'm bad luck, but if I could, buddy, 84 is going on me.
I know, right?
But
I thought the
Rome,
same thing. Thought the same thing.
but Rome stretching the field just to open everything else up is, even if he can't play all the snaps, if I can just get him on a couple of deep one and maybe throw him one or two just to let them know, hey, this is here. Now there's safeties in Green Bay. If you're pointing at something that they can do still, their safeties are phenomenal. Between who is it that they McKinney and Evan
Bullard.
Williams.
Bullard. It's
Bullard is the reserve that they drafted out of Georgia. I loved him in the draft, but Evan Williams has been their hard hitter, and McKinney has been that was their top free agent.
Evan Williams, their best tackler, in my opinion.
And Ben's talked about that too. You know, he talked about having to run the ball and not allow those safeties to make those tackles. O-line's going to be huge tonight, especially if it's nasty.
Mm-hmm.
We got to see those big hog mollies get off, and Ozzie Trapillo being back. That's a huge thing. I mean,
Massive thing.
we talked about last week. Ozzie Trapillo was a late scratch right before the game. Theo Benedette is a backup. I mean, he served his purpose early in the year when we needed him to.
Yeah.
Good swing tie, absolutely, KB. But Ozzie Trapillo being back, that's huge. Joe Tooney, that career of Joe Tooney, this is a Hall of Famer. This man is in the playoffs every year. He is, I believe, won his division every year of his career. This goes back to Patriots, Chiefs, and now Bears. Just what more can I say? Shout out Ryan Poles. You got that guy for a 4th round pick. Who are you picking in the 4th round that's going to be anywhere near Joe Tooney? And you got Jonah Jackson for a 6th rounder, who he's been great. Which shout out Jonah Jackson and DJ Moore. Bears fans, if you're going to be there tonight, be loud on defense, be quiet on offense. I thought we knew this. I thought this was a known rule, but we're seeing Bears fans. I get it. We're excited. We're excited. We haven't had a Bears team. Like I said at the start, we have been dying of thirst for a Bears team like this. But when we're on offense, you should be able to hear a pin drop in Soldier Field. When you're on defense, go crazy. But
that's just smart fan stuff.
Yeah,
but that should be baked into your fandom as a smart fan, as a football fan. You should know this.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, unfortunately, we can't have cowbells or anything, but we'll get loud on defense.
I've got some questions from the chat if you guys want to
throw them at it.
Rock and roll, man.
From Mikey. Will the Bears run 2 gap and drop 1 back with Kyler to cover the middle of the field? They killed us on crossing routes. Like, what would you guys think? How do we help defend those crossers? And how do we help, secure that middle of the field? That's been a huge problem.
I know he hasn't looked great, but I still like Tremaine Edmonds trying to cover that middle. He's so big and long, and his length is able to cover so much ground. Like, I don't want to hurt people's feelings, but that was what Brian Urlacher did so great in that defense, was he was able to cover that ground. Tremaine Edmonds is not Hall of Fame to that level, to an Urlacher level, but his ability to cover ground and just long arms.
He's not playing middle linebacker this season, though, right?
That's right. They got him on a wheel.
The thing about Urlacher, though, too, is he former safety. Understands spatial awareness and leverage in the passing game, which is why he was so good in covering downfield,
the speed too,
playing in space, the speed, 4.5 speed at 255 pounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you gotta, at this point, that's when you start to look at some of the better defensive coordinators and what they did. I would take a page out of Brian Flores' book. Because you see how that man plays. He mugs the line to show the cover and then a drop everybody back. You know what I'm saying? Just to throw the quarterback off. And you just look at it and you think to yourself, why don't more people do that? You know what I'm saying? Like you look at the evolution of the Vikings defense. Anybody can look at the Vikings defense and you will sit there and say there's nothing truly special about the Vikings defense. I mean, they have Grenard. Grenard's a great pass rusher, but he's not Micah.
Their best player is Van Ginkel, who's all over the field.
So it's like, what are they doing? Look at what they did. They stifled the Packers offense.
Yeah.
They made that same Detroit Lions offense look inept. Yeah. They had Jared Goff second guessing. So I'm like, why don't you emulate what you see? You know,
you got to have the pieces to run that defense too. I feel like we do, but
I was looking at it. I don't see why we don't. You have a decent pass rusher on one side. You have a decent pass rusher on the other side. You have athletic linebacker, aka Tremaine Edmonds, who you could try to use like Van Ginkel. I mean, he's probably not as cerebral as Van Ginkel is. That's more of a TJ Edwards thing, but you have TJ Edwards. You know what I'm saying? You have the people to do this, and it brings me back to what I said. We probably are better in bumper run coverage, but we don't do it. We give too much space, and that's been something that goes back as far as I can remember as a Bears fan. I've never seen us just mug the hell out of wide receivers at the line. We're always at a minimum 6 yards off of people, and then you watch Christian Watson catch a damn 3-yard slant and run to the house because he's open.
Yeah, because you didn't hit him on the line. D. Starin is asking, the Vikings play a lot of man. I'll be honest, I don't study it as much. I feel like they run a lot of man. They do. I know they do a lot of blitzing and mixing up coverages. I'm not an expert. I'll be honest. I don't know. Go ahead, KB.
I was gonna say I don't think it's more so they play a lot of man, but you do see those dudes hit dudes at the line. You don't have to play man coverage to do bump and run.
Yeah.
Boom, off the line. I drop back in the coverage.
Immediate jam.
And then now you have somebody running into Tremaine Edmonds. You know what I'm saying? That's more of what I'm talking about. You don't have to always play man to blitz. You don't have to play man to show these exotic looks. Make it look, you know what I'm saying? Make it seem like you're doing something. That's why Brian Flores is so good at what he does. I make it look like I'm going to sit in the house or drop back into man coverage.
And then shell games.
Pittsburgh for years ran a zone blitz scheme, so it's definitely doable.
What about running more nickel? Just Brisker like a large line, a linebacker, large in the safety. But maybe with Josh Jacobs fully healthy, they don't want to get there, give up anything against the run because of the weather tonight. But
the Packers do have Zach Tom coming back tonight. That's a huge lift for them on their offensive line. The right tackle who Aldo talked about him back in the draft. There was a guy he wanted, and he's been lights out for the Green Bay Packers.
Yep,
on their offensive line. But
that dude is extremely valuable, specifically because of his position versatility. He can play all five. He's an all five guy, kind of like Elton Jenkins. Elton Jenkins is another one of those guys who's an all five guy. When you have a guy that has the cerebral capability to play center, the leadership to play center, and then also have the size, strength, and athletic ability to play guard, and the ability to mirror, swamp beasts off the edge, that's an insanely valuable thing to have.
Yeah. Yep.
And when that guy is missing, you feel it. You feel it.
Zach Tom was the lineman out of Wake Forest, wasn't he?
He sure was.
That's okay. That's what I thought. Because
I was trying to remember if it was Wake Forest or Vandy. I just remember the black and gold.
Yeah, I remember seeing him. Was like, I would love to grab that kid because I thought he was gonna be special.
Yeah, Wake Forest or Vandy. Either way, big brain guy. He's a big brain guy.
Iowa got that win against Vanderbilt.
Diego's trying to get him a 7th year.
Right.
We talked about the coaches. Caesar wants to know if we think we'll lose any coaches. I'm sure Al Harris is on the short list.
We're losing coaches.
Al Harris, possibly Eric Bieniemy.
I was gonna say you got to think Eric Bieniemy, especially if Matt Nagy leaves. I'm pretty sure Andy Reid will come calling.
Yeah, Matt Nagy gets another head coaching job. He'll be calling Eric Bieniemy to run the offense or whatever.
You think Eric Bieniemy will want to jump into that shit show again, though?
I know. Got a great question, though. Yep.
Maybe he does.
We've already seen this movie once.
Yeah.
It's like trying to take a shit movie and make a sequel out of it. I don't understand quite what we're trying to do here. And maybe, who knows? For all the ragging we did on Nagy, he was coach of the year his first year here and made Mitch Trubisky look like a starting quarterback in the league.
And remember when he left Kansas City, Andy Reid said, "You can go, but you ain't taking none of these dudes."
Yeah, that's right.
That hamstrung him a lot putting together a coaching staff. Now maybe he's learned a lot since then. I still wouldn't trust him as my head coach because again, Ben Johnson's running his offense. What offense does Matt Nagy run? Andy's offense. Let's
also not forget the colossal shit show that was taking place in Chicago when he was brought in.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a sad state of affairs, boys.
I forgot who else we could have hired besides Matt Nagy.
Bruce Arians.
Bruce Arians. So he came in an interview too, didn't he? Arians.
I thought that was the Tressman.
I thought that was the Tressman.
What was it? Was it Tressman?
Yeah, I wanted Arians.
Yeah.
At one point, we had a chance to get Bruce Arians in there.
It was Tressman. Then
I fumbled the ball there, man.
Yeah, I want to say it might have been
Phil Emery fucked us up there, man. Bruce Arians. How can you choose Tressman? It was because he wrote a book on leadership.
Did Mike McDaniel get hired the same year as Nagy? Because I want to say that might have been the other.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but I can't remember. Maybe the chat room has it.
I can't remember who all was in.
Who was?
I know with
it was
Eberflus,
somebody that we could have had besides Nagy. It was somebody better, and we chose Nagy, but I don't remember who it was.
No, we've done it. We've done it a lot of times with Eberflus. I believe we brought in Dan Campbell, or Dan Quinn, not Campbell. Flew him in on a.
Yep, exactly.
It might have been Buddy. That's the coach for the Commanders.
Cliff Kingsbury.
Oh, it was Kingsbury.
No, that might have been. I think that was
Dan Quinn. We hired Eberflus instead.
Yeah, that was Dan Quinn. I was thinking about. My bad.
Yeah, they flew him on coach.
Yeah,
middle row. Let's shout out to Kevin Warren. He told the McCaskies, "This is not how we do business, fellas."
Yeah.
Let's run it like a professional organization.
You send them.
You can send a private plane down there to pick that guy up.
First class.
Roll out the orange and blue carpet.
It's ridiculous.
Like, I'm leaving Dallas for this? No, like, turn this plane around. I'm leaving.
And didn't George pick him up in his Toyota or something like that?
I have no idea.
Pick him up in his like a 1985 Toyota Corolla.
A lot of people wondering about Max Crosby. The Bears acquire him.
As much as I came on here last week and said I would move heaven and earth for Max Crosby to be on this defensive line, unfortunately, I think we're further away than that. We can't, in my opinion, trade away. It depends on what you're able to trade for him. But if it's multiple firsts and a player or two,
no,
I can't do it because look at our secondary.
Not multiple firsts.
Look at our defensive line. Linebackers are getting up there. I think Tremaine Edmonds, if he's not a free agent this year, he's coming up to free agency. So you've got to supplement through the draft. You're not going to be able to continue. This is a top 5 paid defense. As much as I love Max Crosby as a person and a player, that dude's a dog. I just don't think we can.
That first half of the Raiders game, he absolutely wrecked our offense by himself.
Yeah.
But look, the fitting him under the salary cap is going to be the issue there. We'll have to restructure a lot of guys. Montez,
which I think we're going to have to
DJ
do that anyway.
Joe Thuney, all these guys you're going to have to come to and ask him to restructure to fit him under the cap. So that's that and how much compensation you're giving the Raiders. And I'll tell you, if Brian Flores takes over in Las Vegas, he ain't giving up Max Crosby.
He ain't going nowhere.
No way.
And Max Crosby would be fired up to play in that defense too. Could you imagine? Can you imagine being able to play in that defense? Yeah, I love Max Crosby, but I just don't.
So do I.
I just don't think it's affordable for us, unfortunately.
You do have to kick the tires and overturn the rock. You got to do the due diligence of the entire thing because that dude is a difference maker at a premium position.
Looking in the draft for some of these guys. That's our whole thing here.
And if all 10 of those guys are available, you're going to have somebody that's going to be able to wreck shit up late in the first round because there aren't going to be 10 edges taken before pick 25 or wherever the hell we're picking.
No.
Yeah.
You know,
I've been trying to get
there's going to be some options there.
Trying to draft TJ Parker wherever I can, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
Just instant dividends.
I know Mateo Ugalele is yeah, that one. His size and he kind of fits Dennis Allen's scheme.
Yeah. Yep.
But I don't know, man. I'm trying to focus on what we got going on the field.
Absolutely. Right now is the thing. If it does happen
after the season, we'll talk draft.
On that note, on that note, and then we can move on back to the Packers game. But on that note, all of us in this room right now pretty much build through draft guys. Are we pretty much build through the draft guys? Not free agency, build through draft guys, right? We're all on the same page here?
Yeah. I will say this. I will say that they try to kick the tires on Trey Henderson. That's it.
Fuck that's KB.
Yeah.
That's the only player. If you can find a way to get him in, then you go for it.
That was Dennis Allen's guy in New Orleans. He built him.
Right. He's a free agent right now.
Yeah.
I believe a certain number 52 is a free agent again as well. I mean,
that's if you don't try to retire, man. I mean,
getting up there in years, but the salary of Hendrickson will, determine whether the Bears, what are they going to offer him, and like you said, we're already paying our defense, like top 5, top 10, and we're 29th ranked overall.
Yeah. That's what sucks is you're not getting your return on investment. Yeah. You've went out and paid guys. You've went out and brought guys in to be a top defense, and you're just not getting your return on investment from Sweat. Yep. Billings isn't getting paid a whole lot, and we love Big Cuz around here, but let's be honest, it's he jumped off sides twice last week. That was a big hurt. And I don't search the word Billings on X right now, KB, because boy, they was not happy with him last week.
Oh, I know.
Man, and then effort though from Big Cuz, man, he ran down Christian McCaffrey from behind.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I texted you guys in the group chat like, was that Cuz running down McCaffrey?
He
never gives up, man. He never gives up.
That's his biggest thing. Yeah. There's so many videos of him just full speed sprinting, getting after it.
Yeah.
It's like watching Jaws, the sequel. That's a big boy, brother.
Yep.
Yeah.
Grady Jarrett looks like he's starting to contribute. I know I've pounded on him this whole season, just like, man, he's like liability in the run game. He's actually played the run pretty good the past few weeks. He's getting some pressure. But I mean, there's not a lot left in the tank there, with Grady. But I mean, you got to give Pohl some credit for trying. He wants that pressure up the middle, in the
shout out Flex
stage.
Diggs. Yeah, Billings.
Granderson there in the chat has a good point. They call that Brady was talking about during the telecast, where you could have potentially kind of ran that as a play there, as a defensive strategy play. Billings, popping him offside just to help control the clock in the situational football aspect of what that was there at that time.
Yeah, he did say that. Yeah,
which I didn't think about until Brady brought that up. I thought, man, that's actually that's a very intelligent way to go about trying to win this football game.
You guys like Brady as a commentator?
Love Brady as a commentator.
I think
he's gotten so good over the course
so much
of
better.
I know. Yeah. But the
week to week,
the insight is fantastic.
1,000%.
Like you just said, a lot of times he says something. I'm like, man, I did not think of that. But
we're gonna hear him again tonight, right? No, we're on.
Kirk Herbstreit and Al Michaels tonight.
Oh,
yeah.
God, man.
Talk about a guy who's ready to hang him up.
Before the season, I didn't know Al Michaels was still alive, guys. I didn't know. He was Monday Night Football when I was a kid.
He's not a corpse, Tooch.
No, I know, but I'm just saying he's old.
Is he not?
He's got to be 8. No,
buddy. He's talking about a guy who's ready to hang him up.
I know he looks good. He looks good.
I think Al Michaels is one of them that's like, I mean, if y'all paying me this, I'll show up. But he's kind of mailing it in. Let's be honest this year, fellas. It's I do like Herbstreit as well, though.
Herbstreit is good.
And as far as I don't know how much he probably won't get into it much tonight because it's a playoff game. But a guy who watches a lot of college football might know some of the prospects. I don't know. Maybe. Probably not tonight. Tonight's probably not the night to be talking prospects in a playoff game. But
we need to be talking wins. We need to be talking wins tonight. That's what we need to be talking.
Is there a local broadcast too, or is it just Amazon Prime?
Just Amazon Prime. They got exclusive rights.
I mean, never. When I was a kid, there would always be whatever private, if it's going to be on ESPN or whatever, or NFL Network, whatever. There'd also still be, a local Fox broadcast.
Fox 32 doesn't have it on tonight, Neil.
Apparently not.
Anytime it's on Prime, that's exclusivity in terms
of what Amazon's paying them for, ain't it?
Yep, that's what Amazon's paying them for. Yep,
that's why they get the big bucks. That's why the salary cap goes up every year because they get it out of us between Prime and Peacock now, and
playoff games were always free.
Which forever whoever still doesn't have Amazon Prime to watch ball, they got the 7-day trial. Go ahead and sign your ass up.
7-day trial football today.
Yep.
Shout out to my wife. We're always gonna have Amazon Prime. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. At least for shipping, free shipping, whatever.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Do you realize how much money you save a year with free shipping on stuff?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yep. It's crazy.
That's worth
it. It pays for the subscription itself.
$150 a year, I think, or something like that. Is that what it is? Something like that. For Prime.
15 times 12, whatever that is.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. 180.
Yeah. They probably give you.
I know. I at least would be spending way above $180 a year on shipping fees if I didn't have Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah, as much as I like Nahshon Wright, I don't see him coming back. He'll get offered some money, and the Bears might say, "Hey, we have Zay Frazier, who's the same size, maybe faster. I know he's a younger player, but we might get the same production."
That's one thing I've been looking at in the mock drafts that I'm doing too. Though, is I'm looking at the corners. We know what they like: tall, slender, more. So, like, if you see a guy that's like 6'2",
those guys can't cover
the
smaller guys. They can't cover the smaller guys. That's the thing. We need to get a real sticky slot corner guy. What's the name of that little guy that used to cover?
Like a Kyler Gordon or something. Somebody.
No, I mean, but before Kyler Gordon, we had that. Was it Bryce Callahan?
Bryce Callahan. Hell
Bryce Callahan. He was sticky, man.
He went with Fangio to Denver.
Yeah.
back then, man.
Yeah, a little guy like that, man.
He was just injury prone.
Yeah. Kyler, look, that this is a huge concern for me. Tonight's game is Jalen and Kyler. Their injury. They're just not back to 100%. You know,
Jalen looks so off.
Jalen looks so
I was going to say, I don't think Jalen's 100%. Remember, this is a guy who had groin surgery a couple months ago, so there's no way he's 100%.
Yep, he's definitely not.
And he looks like he's allergic to contact right now too.
I would love to see more Tyreek Stevenson.
I think you have to.
Yeah.
And then I have a choice.
What the hell happened with Tyreek Stevenson?
Yeah, we talked about it on Bear.
That dude seems to be in the doghouse in a big way.
It's crazy. Like I said, it has to be something that happened in practice or something, man. I don't get it.
Do they though? Do they have to? I mean, the weather might not permit a lot of deep passes. I don't know. I mean, that 39-mile-per-hour gusts, man. There might be some ducks out there to pick.
That's a good call there too. Yeah. So are they going to try and because that's Christian Watson's killed us on the slants too, but what they really like to do with Christian is just stretch the field, just go deep, and I'll find you down there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But if the wind is blowing that thing around tonight, maybe that.
A lot of people talked about how maybe Ben Johnson. I'm not a believer in this, but they're like, well, Ben Johnson didn't want to show anything for the playoffs against the Lions, you know. And I would love to get your guys' opinion on this. Were they sandbagging a little bit, you know? But I don't think so, because they had a lot to play for with the second seed. We backed into the second seed when stupidly the Eagles did not play their starters. You know, they could have taken the second seed, be facing the Packers at home, set the 49ers to play the Bears. Just dumb. I mean, look, Eagles have trouble on offense. You know, they have a good defense, but San Francisco, well, they also have some injuries, and that's why the line is what it is. You know, Eagles -5.5. But the 49ers, if everything goes right, that coach, his offense is tough to stop. We saw that crazy scoreboard against the Bears. Man, it was just back and forth, lead change after lead change. It was like historic game. But I mean, why? And the Eagles are just like, well, we're going to turn it on in the playoffs. We don't care. But I mean, a number 2 seed would guarantee you home playoff games until the NFC Championship. It was just kind of odd choice for me. But do you think Ben Johnson was trying to maybe disguise what he wanted to do for that first playoff game?
I wouldn't call it sandbagging, but he did say in his press conference it was a simple game plan. So he wasn't trying to do way too much. We didn't see any. I don't remember any trick plays at all, which the trick play against Green Bay was probably the downfall of that game. So let's try and not do that when we get down there.
And the trick play against the Niners, if that hook and ladder, that would have been the greatest walk-off touchdown in Bears history.
Yeah, just get in there, Swift.
you know, Ben wanted to beat Campbell so badly.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know whether he did tie his own hands behind his back with that game plan, but it's definitely food for thought.
But as far as the Eagles, I mean, AJ Brown got a lot of shit this year for throwing a fit and kind of being, you know, he got the quote unquote diva tag, but that was all he was saying was our offense isn't clicking, and it's not just going to be able to turn it on in the playoffs. They took the week off last week, I guess, because they didn't get the 1 seed to get the automatic bye, so they gave themselves a bye. Flex Diggs, the Stevenson love, it's literally just because we were
talking about him as all-pro at the beginning of the season.
We're shorthanded in the secondary. Yeah. So I'm wondering why we're not turning to that guy who, I get it, he's not the best, but is he better than Nick McLeod? Is he better than who else have they turned to? Obviously, you're not going to have C.J. Gardner-Johnson tonight. Is he better than some of the players?
CJ's short little legs could keep up with a lot of them Lions receivers, man. You're just like, he's like 5 yards behind.
That's the guy who I was like,
I know.
Why aren't you bumping him? CJ, bump him, dog. Yeah. What are we doing?
Right. We direct him.
Right.
And I love CJ, but he's just, you know, I mean, so we don't have enough speed. Our speed in the secondary needs to be upgraded.
100%.
Yep.
Maybe that's where we look in free agent. I haven't looked at the free agent list at all. I know Trey Hendrickson, but But I'll
Yeah,
let everybody else do the sandbag, cover the sandbag and top.
Pass
I
rush
just saw that
will solve a good pass rush will solve it. We need a speed rusher, man. You could throw in there on third down to, just cause some havoc.
Yeah.
We don't have a speed rusher. You look at what when he was healthy, Micah Parsons was doing for the Packers.
I think if you develop him, Booker could be that. But
I know. He's our best one. Yep.
Right now, does not happen.
Yeah.
The flashes are there, boys. With Booker, the flashes are there.
Yeah, the flashes are there. That the long arms, man. Just he's got some moves and speed off the edge. But
still think it should have been 2 sacks against the Packers. Sorry, I don't subscribe to this fact that, oh my God, a guy fell on top of a quarterback. Ooh, it's a flag.
I can't stand
that shit. Quarterback got scared and bunched up, so he got hit in the face.
When it's a textbook tackle, we're seeing flags being thrown on quarterback sacks. I couldn't imagine it. I just couldn't imagine trying to be a pro athlete. And so many, like, I saw a bunch of Packers. Some Packers fans were like, it wasn't dirty. Love drop, that's on him. It happens. But some Packers fans were like, why is he leading with the crown of his helmet? Blah, blah, blah. I loved what J.J. Watt said. He said, have you ever tried to tackle an NFL quarterback? 6'4", 220? Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Come in there half-ass and see what happens.
Yeah. He nailed it.
Even when
JJ nailed it.
Came with his head, with his crown down. At first, he had his head up. When they hit, it went down. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan Love was protecting himself. Yeah.
Thank you. The strike box is here. So if you put your head down, you're now in the strike box. That's not on Austin Booker. That's the quarterback problem.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on Gervon?
Oh, he's gone.
He's due for a new contract, or is he a free agent? Free agent? Yeah.
You drafted Shamar Turner in the second round. We haven't seen him this year out of Texas A&M.
Man, my first 2-3 picks, 4 picks are going to be defensive
line. I've been Amari Washington a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Defensive tackle. So
get that pressure up the middle.
But
and there's some good pass rushers in this draft too, man. You can get pass rushers into the second, third day, man. Quality speed rushers, guys with some good pass rush moves.
Well, with Trinidad Chambliss being denied, if it holds up, being denied his next year of eligibility, he's another quarterback that could go in front of you that pushes another pass rusher down the board.
Yep,
that's where we're at now. That's where we're at now. Who's getting pushed down the board for us? Which I'm happy to be in that area. All
right.
Next question, Tooch, or did y'all want to cover this?
Why did Austin Booker get fined? I mean, that's just the way the NFL is right now. They're trying to discourage a concussion, with all the traumatic brain injuries, and player safety is an issue.
Charles Martin made that tackle after the play. What are you talking about, Mark? It says Charles Martin was just trying to block McMahon. He picked him up and slammed him on his shoulder. How is those don't even correlate?
Mark Penny's clearly a Packers fan, and he's a Packers fan. But if you know anything, Booker got fined, but he didn't get fined anywhere near what he should have been if it was as egregious as people said it was. He's
got Bayou in his name, so I feel like
it wasn't it wasn't a dirty play.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, and I have Packer fans that are friends that said no, it wasn't a dirty hit. So
yeah, you can't like J.J. Watt said, you can't legislate this out of the game. Might as well be playing flag football, right?
Right.
Dude, I say it at least once a Sunday. Just put flags on the fucking quarterbacks.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, you can't even textbook tackle them without them. Oh, you put your weight on him. The fuck you talking about?
You're both
tackle him.
That's what made the game fun as a viewer. You're watching the game. You want to see the big hits, man. That's why I'd love to see like a Brisker or Byard or somebody in the secondary just lay someone out tonight. That would, that'll help that middle of the defense.
I don't know. I feel like they need to.
I want a hard hitter, man.
I mean, when we played the Packers in Chicago, it was so like we gave them 30 yards on the first drive, one on the kickoff with DeMarco Jackson going over the top.
That was,
And
I
then
loved it, but I hated it.
You can't give them free yards, man. That's
no free yards.
Especially in the
penalties
playoffs.
Got to be cut down. Yep. Yeah, I mean, it all depends on how the Bears come out. If we're flat, we're not doing anything on offense. We're not going to win the game, man. Just not happening. You know.
Do we know who the officiating crew is tonight?
Aldo put it up on.
Yeah, Aldo had it on X. I don't know who it is, but
I don't know one from the other. So
it's someone that likes to call a lot of flags, though.
Oh, great! So we're gonna be playing two. We're going to be two teams again tonight.
Playing against the officials, but got the injury report up here, fellas. We know 3 players will be out. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. You could tell he was concussed, man. He wobbled off the field.
Dude, that was scary.
Yeah, a little scary. He didn't know where he was, man. Then you got Eamon Ugbambamiga, also in the concussion protocol. Joe Tryon-Shoyinka, who's actually played pretty good for the Bears. You know, solid for a 7th-round pick. He's also in the concussion protocol. I think he was concussed against the Niners and didn't play last week. And then Kyler Gordon, Braxton Jones, their practice windows were activated. So
Braxton Jones,
Braxton Jones, man.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, I mean, you got to wonder if Theo's play against the Lions kind of maybe we should bring Braxton up in case Ozzie isn't full strength or goes out.
Maybe Benedette just slides inside the guard going forward, and
Neil that's kind of what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, Neil said he'll make a hell of a guard.
Yeah, Braxton's a free agent after this year, so
he ain't coming back.
There, somebody will pay him big bucks too because it's a left tackle who has starting experience. I mean, we see it every year.
I would like to see some thumpers out, the safety and linebacker, man. I like Denzel Perriman coming out in Miami. You know, that dude just thumped people in college, man. He's been hurting since he's been injured for the Chargers. But when they got him back, their defense stepped it up a little bit. That guy will thump you, man. And good tackler too. Our linebackers I love too, but I mean they're just not thumpers. You know, they're more finesse players. But
as physical as Tyreek Stevenson is, I've never seen him play safety. I don't really have a basic of evaluation there, but as physical as he likes to play, could he potentially help us out of safety? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Could he make that move? And if we're talking about players making moves, different positions, Tyreek Stevenson could potentially be a help to us at safety. I don't know. Just kind of spitball on that one.
Yeah, I love.
We'd have to see it on the practice field. We have to see it in camp.
Yeah, I would be drafting cornerback in this draft for sure. Because if edge rusher isn't there immediately, I would look.
We just need more speed overall. The top to bottom of our defense.
Love that Oregon safety, Dylan Thieneman, man. That dude, he's an excellent tackler, man. He's smart too. The safety, I think he's number 30 on Oregon.
Well, that corner for Indiana that started off the game with a pick 6 is draft eligible.
Yep.
So we'll see if what he can put together in the championship. And
Ozzie Trapillo had that massive bruise on the back of his leg. He's full practice on Thursday. So you got to think he's going to help, man, too.
Yeah.
You see still Nick McLeod and Jade Walker. That flu bug is still in the locker room, man.
Yeah.
That thing is a motherfucker this year, man.
I had it too, man. I was in bed all day on Christmas Day.
I was sick on Christmas, and then last week, Thursday, I woke up sick again. I was like, what is going on?
Yep. Monday, I was not feeling well getting back. It was hard after being off for 2 weeks just to get myself going in the office, man.
Yeah, that wake up alarm it'll hit you. That wake up alarm will hit you. I
couldn't find a good Packers graphic for their injury report, so I'd have to read.
Just hit Packers injury report. Legitimately, just put that into the X search, and it'll bring up the NFL WILDCARD report for both teams.
I will say, I'm going to put this up. When Ben Johnson calling out LaFleur for sitting his starters last week, why would they risk their starters? What Ben Johnson said was, we play our starters, we play football. And everyone took that as a shot toward the Packers. Not once did he say Packers, LaFleur, or anything to that matter. The Packers weren't the only ones that set their starters. We've just talked about the Philadelphia Eagles sitting their starters in the final game. So for them to just take that and automatically assume he's talking about the Packers, he was talking about ourselves. He said, we play football, we played our starters. And everyone just takes that as a shot. Now, if Ben Johnson wants to throw a shot toward LaFleur, he's going to do it. He did it in his opening press conference.
Facts. ain't nobody sneak dissing no damn Matt LaFleur or the Packers. Well, we Kendrick Lamar out here. We come straight forward, bro. What you mean?
Try to share it to you in the show chat.
All right.
I don't know. I don't know why they took it as that. I just wanted to put it out there before we move on. Let's see what else we got started up in here. No, that was all of them. So while we're looking up the Packers injury report, everything points to me today to just run the football. That's the biggest thing to me. And Tooch, after we pull up the injury report, we'll get into closing up this show. I didn't even realize what time it was.
Well, it's playoffs, man. You know?
That's true. Yeah. So he said he should have wanted the Eagles to sit. I get that, but he said we play football. We played our starters. If anyone takes that as a sneak diss or a shot, that's on them.
It's a lot of weak knees in here that
I'm talking about us.
I've seen folks talking about it was a stupid comment. Don't give the other team bulletin board, bro. Like, shut that shit up. It's playoff week. You think anybody cares about bulletin board material? Do you think the Bears didn't see that what's the Josh Jacobs comment saying that, oh, we took it as a dirty shot. We're gonna come out, we're gonna play hard, blah blah blah. We're not gonna be dirty, but like, man, ain't nobody cares about that.
Did you see Austin Booker's response to that?
No, I didn't.
They didn't do anything nothing happened while he was on the field.
Facts.
You didn't see the offensive lineman come over and try to get so many times. If there's a dirty hit, you see the offensive line stand up for their quarterback. It wasn't a dirty hit. That's the bottom line.
My man got caught in a bad position and got hit. It is what it is. Like my boy said, it's football. Shit happens.
Yeah. I can't tell if Mark Pennings is a Packers fan or what's going on. He's close to getting blocked in the chat though, because he's just
a troll.
Yeah, his name it says bait you on his name, so he's a troll, but it's working.
He's giving us bulletin board material.
They really don't have anybody that might not be out. Zach Tom is questionable, hasn't participated in practice. It depends on whether Dontavian Wicks cleared the concussion protocol too, if he'll play.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure the people they need to play, man.
Malik Willis will be the backup. They cut Clayton Tune, but if Jordan Love gets knocked out again, you're getting a questionable backup out there.
You got to get to him.
Yep.
That's we've talked about it all day. Our pass rush is suspect, and our secondary is questionable. And now it's snowing and nasty. You don't have good footing to try and get a good get off. Javon Dexter may not play at all. He already doesn't have a good get off. So you add snow to that. It's
the wind is probably going to be the biggest thing.
Yeah.
The wind is going to be the biggest thing tonight.
Yep.
It's going to drive the wind chill all the way down to around 10 degrees, up to 30 to 40 mile an hour gusts, which means we're going to see Cairo Santos playing the pitching wedge again, giving up an upright on a 40-yard field goal attempt.
That we played that hook brilliantly last time.
Unbelievable.
It's like,
that's going to be the big thing. It's not going to be the precipitation. It's going to be the wind factor, driving down the temperature, and then also playing with the ball in the air. Mm-hmm. As far as I know, Jordan Love is more of a finesse timing passer rather than kind of how Caleb has a howitzer attached to his shoulder. Caleb can drive that ball through the wind. I'm not sure Jordan Love is necessarily that type of quarterback.
He's been in Green Bay for 6 years. It gets cold and windy up there too. I wouldn't say that he can't drive the ball through the wind.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's not his forte. You know, I think his forte is, you know, ball placement, timing patterns.
Yeah.
It just drives me nuts to watch him throw off his back foot and nail it again. We saw it with Rodgers. Now we're seeing it with Love. Brett Favre
does have good ball placement.
Brett Favre was the piss missile thrower. He's trying to throw it through your hands.
I forgot which guy
That's
said
the piss missile we like to see.
Broke one of his fingers.
I can't believe Tom Brady said that on network TV.
Hey, bro, that was hilarious, bro.
That's a player, bro. You already know how they talk, Neil.
I'm sitting there thinking, I'm sure the FCC loved the hell out of that.
Well, he's like, well, y'all gonna do fire me? Okay, yeah, I'll go be an owner of the Raiders again. No big deal.
Hey man, hold on. Speaking of that, did y'all see the clip from the Manning's the Manning cast with my boy Beast Mode? Oh my God. He got on there and they was like, man, last time you were on here, man, you dropped the F-bomb. And they made Eli pay for it. So they go over to Beast Mode. Beast Mode's like, all right, man, hold on. Let me get this shit out the way. Man, and I'm like, oh. All you can do is see the man and put their head down. He's like, all right, man, we got it out the way, so we should be good for the rest of the
show. I love Marshawn Lynch. Have you seen the clip?
Dude, he's an animal.
The one clip with him and Peyton Manning where he told him, you know, I take a shot before every game. And Manning goes, like a shot of Gatorade? He goes, no, Hennessy. And he's like, oh, okay, like that.
Hey, Beast Mode is a character, bro. He is an all-time great, man. I love this little show he had for a little bit, but I know I got us off track, man, but Beast Mode is hilarious.
That's all good. Well, I'm about ready to close this thing out if y'all are.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. Rock and roll, man.
I'll start down with Neil, and we'll go down and around. Give me your score prediction, the bowl prediction, MVB, and hit your shout-outs. We'll close this thing on out.
Yeah, I know Badge went on about this being a potential, shootout earlier. I don't see it that way, especially with the weather elements that are going to take place in this particular game tonight. I think that it's going to be kind of an odd score. I think I kind of had like 22-20, something like that, kind of speaking to me a little bit.
Yeah,
23-19, 22-18, 22-19, something like that. I have to go with the Bears win here.
Absolutely.
You have to go with the Bears win on this one. 21-12 by Paisan. That's another interesting score that I could easily see take place. I don't think the Bears are going to get just a straight up 3-touchdown sort of scoring chart here. I think there's going to be some field goals. There's going to be some funky stuff. Some potential 2-point conversions might come into play here. The ball is going to bounce in bizarre ways, I think, tonight with these elements that are going to happen. So, but yeah, about a 22-20 win, I think, is what we're going to see. MVB Joe Thuney.
Oh,
Joe Thuney gets the MVP, and here's why: is because he is a grizzled veteran in that room that has been part of successful playoff runs throughout the entire course of his career, and he's going to be the one that's going to be sort of leading the charge in the locker room, getting these boys ready to go. Yeah. And if this offensive line is pushing dudes around, if Swift and Mighty are finding holes and gashing the Green Bay Packers for yards, which is what they do need to do tonight, that run game needs to absolutely punch Green Bay Packers in the face. Mm-hmm. Straight in the forehead, knock them on their ass. That's what needs to happen tonight. Physical. Just physical the hell out of them.
Four quarters of fuck you football, right?
4 quarters of fuck you football. Absolutely. That's what it needs to be. 4 quarters of fuck you football. Ben Johnson needs to keep Caleb's pass attempts low. If he's going over 20, 25 attempts tonight, I think we lose. I think that I really think like the past couple of weeks when Caleb was throwing the ball over the field, we were just trying to get him 4,000 yards. That's kind of what it kind of felt like to me. Because whenever we keep Caleb's passing attempts within the structure of the offensive game plan, I know that we dropped a massive bomb on the 49ers and all that, but the back end of the schedule, whenever the passing game is fit within the framework of the offensive game plan, it looked a hell of a lot more structured, and Caleb looked like a hell of a lot more efficient. So I think we run the hell out of the ball, punch him in the forehead, keep Caleb's passing attempts low, work off that play action. That's what needs to happen there. But Joe Tooney, I think, is going to be the most valuable bear there. MVB, grizzled vet.
Nice.
Yeah, kicker up front. Bold prediction: 200+ yards rushing and multiple touchdowns by Swift and Mighty.
Nice.
I also think there could potentially be a fourth quarter explosion play, not by anybody offensively. I think we could get a massive special teams play. I think we could get a massive pick six.
Mm-hmm.
Just sort of set this team up for a win. But ultimately, bold prediction: run the hell out of the ball, score multiple touchdowns on the ground, punch him in the mouth. And needs to be what the game plan is, and that's where I feel this thing's going to fall tonight. Whoever's going to this damn game, dress warm as hell. Have those hand warmers ready to go, multiple layers, windbreakers. Get you a bearskin hoodie. I mean, do whatever you gotta do, man. It's gonna be a cold one, but liquor the hell up. Have a good time tailgating. I'm gonna be out there about 3:00, I think. Not going to the game, but gonna check out the tailgating scene and then try to find a nice little cozy, sports bar with about 100 of my best friends and watch this game. Watch the Bears kick some ass.
Hell yeah,
love it.
So that's kind of what we're. But hey, amp this thing up inside that stadium, man. Don't be sitting on your hands. Don't be quiet like it was reportedly last week. It sounded like it was a morgue in there at times. Be quiet on offense, but amp this stadium up. And 12th man needs to show up today. 12th man needs to have an impact. So amp this thing the fuck up today inside that stadium. Make it sound like it was the last Packers game. It certainly affected the gameplay. Let's do that. Let's do that. Shout out to anybody that's tailgating. Shout out to anybody that's going. Amp this thing up. Shout out to y'all boys. I love being on here with y'all. I say it every week. Best damn game day pregame show on planet Earth. Shout out to all y'all boys. Shout out to all those. Shout out to the chat. Y'all guys, particularly today, bringing it. Always bringing it every single week. Love the conversation. Love the questions. Love going back and forth with y'all. And man, shout out to this city. Shout out to this football team. It's gonna be a great day. This place is electric right now. So let's rock and roll. Let's bear down. On over to you, KB.
Hey man, that's well said, brother. Well said, man. First of all, man, I'm gonna go out and say this. I'm gonna say MVP flat out. Ben Johnson. I believe Ben Johnson out coaches Matt LaFleur tonight. As far as that goes, I am going to give us an odd score as well. I'm not gonna say that when I say out coach, I'm not gonna say we're gonna just flat out whoop their ass. I'm not gonna say that. Odd score, I'll say 24-20. I feel like we had a couple 24-20 games this year. But I like the aesthetics of it. I feel like what Badge was on a good track. I think DeAndre Swift does kind of carry the load today. And I think Benungai gets in and it gives a couple punishing blows, a la that run through a motherfucker's face promo we got. But I was going to take the rushing to be over 200 yards as well. I think running the ball tonight is going to be paramount. I think now that the offseason is here, I said offseason, the playoff season, postseason, whatever you want to call it. I feel like, we do have the monkey off your back of trying to maybe get Caleb over 4,000 yards, and now that's not a thing. So now offense might operate a little bit more efficiently. We'll see a lot more running calls. We'll see them maybe stick to or try to feature the run a little more. And I think that'll pay its dividends. I also go with the fact I think Austin Booker takes things a little personal about what's been being said this week, and I think Austin Booker causes havoc tonight. That being said, of course, I got the Bears winning. Shout out to the chat. Even though it seems like all the Green Bay Packers fans,
we got a couple Packers fans in there.
They decided to hit the chat. Good for y'all, because sometimes it happens. I don't blame you. We're a better podcast than anybody in Packers Nation. The only person I give props to on Packers Nation for podcasting is Tom Grassi. It's a good dude. Fun. I love his podcast. It's funny as hell. I love his videos. Other than that, everybody else can kick rocks for as far as I care, because y'all got a lot of idiotic fans. So shout out to everybody in chat, especially y'all Green Bay fans that's coming for y'all funeral bells, man. We appreciate y'all showing up, man. Yeah, shout out to y'all boys, man. Of course, it's always time. You know what I'm saying? I love being on here. Love talking with my boys. It's been amazing to have Badge back. It's been amazing to have Bobby back. It's like seeing
It's been
your
a good
brothers,
2 weeks.
you know what I'm saying? It's seeing your brothers who you ain't seen in a while, man. And it's amazing feeling, especially with the year going the way it did. Shout out to the bar, man. Shout out to Aldo. Like my boy Neil said, man. Look, if you're gonna be at the game, man, bundle up. I got a few family members that's gonna be out there for the game. Good luck. It's too cold for rain. I am a tropical brother. We are warm weather people. I have you'll have a black popsicle out there. So shout out to y'all boys, man. Touche, you go ahead and take it away, bro.
All right, man. Look, I don't know what scares me the most. I think it's probably losing to the Packers and then facing that the whole offseason, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, as long as we don't lose against the Packers, I'll be happy, you know? So let's get this win. I'll just say 2017, Cairo Santos game-winning field goal at the end. Most valuable Bear, I'm going to say DeAndre Swift. I think whichever team runs the ball and stops the run the best will win this game with the weather. If we come out and run the ball like we did against the Eagles, there's no question we're winning the game. I think we have an advantage in the kicking game at home. McManus, he started to kick the ball better, but did have some struggles early on in the year.
Yeah.
This is Cairo Santos's home field, so hopefully, he's clutch for us today. My bold prediction would be Cairo Santos' last second field goal. I think it'll be close. Like the line says it's going to be a close game. It's moved from Packers +1.5 to Packers -2 today, and I think a lot of that has to do with the way the Bears have played the last two games. We had that marathon against the 49ers. Couldn't stop anybody on defense there, and had a hard time getting off the field on third down versus the Lions. So the line definitely has moved. I mean, it kind of doesn't make sense because the Packers are coming in off a 4-game losing streak. So, I mean, but they did rest a lot of their players and whatnot. And let's just be honest, it's time for the Bears to slay the dragon, man. They need to defeat the Packers. It's the team that's tormented us for the past 3 decades. Yeah. So that's why the pressure is so high for fans. We're just sick of getting owned for 3 decades. It's time to changing of the guard in the NFC North. Our future is a lot brighter than the Packers' future. That's for sure. Shout out to my brothers here, Aldo, and the chat room. Let's go Bears, get that victory tonight.
Hell yeah. All right. First and foremost, Neil, you stole my thunder. I came in here yesterday. I was like, my MVP is going to be an offensive lineman because I think we need to run the football. So I was like, they're all going to take running backs, receivers, Caleb maybe, and I'm gonna take an offensive lineman now. I just guess we're on the same wavelength, Neil. It's all good. But
hey, man, great minds and such, right? Great minds.
Absolutely. Since you took Joe Tooney for his playoff experience and being a shout out All Pro again, All Pro Joe Tooney, our left guard. I'm gonna go right next to him and give my man Drew Dahlman the MVP because your center position sets so much up. And he's done such a wonderful job for us this year. He's the free agent that I wanted, and we went out and got him. But the Bears, they must tune in because I've been talking about Ben Johnson. I've been talking about go get Drew Dahlman, and they've been listening. This offseason, I'm telling you, go get a pass rusher. I don't have one specifically in mind yet, but obviously that's what we need. So I'm going to go with Drew Dahlman. I think we run the hell out of the football. Because of the weather conditions and because that's what the Packers have struggled with. Especially I know Micah Parsons isn't known for his run stuffing ability, but his ability to get pressure and make you hit different angles and stuff to be able to run the football is a big question mark, and they don't have that on the field today. And of course, Devontae Wyatt being out is huge for the Packers as well. So I think you run the ball a lot. So that's why the MVP is the offensive line is Andrew Dahlman. I feel like the Bears, for some reason, like 28 to 25 or something like that. I'm feeling a weird score too. 28-23, something around in that area. Give me the Bears to win this game and continue moving up. But yeah, so I got my bold prediction is man, what do I do for my bold prediction here? I hadn't even thought about it because I feel like it's going to be like an old school smash mouth football game. I don't know how bold I can go. I guess my bold prediction is I can't do the 200 yards rushing because y'all already did that. My bold prediction is
stealing all your thunder there, AC.
Yeah, it's all good. It's what happens when you go last. My bold prediction is Kevin Byard gets 2 interceptions today. They don't throw the ball a lot, but Kevin Byard, another All-Pro, while we're on the subject, gets 2 interceptions against Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. And our Chicago Bears move on to next week, whether it's Philadelphia coming in or whether it's Carolina coming in. Just ready for the Bears to continue on this playoff, this magical run. Shout out to y'all coming on here on a special day. Usually we do this Sunday mornings. If you're new to the chat and you're a huge Bears fan, or even if you're a Packer fan and you think, let's see what the Bears fans are talking about. Usually we do this Sunday mornings, 10 a.m. Yeah, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube. Shout out to Darnell Wright touchdown. I said that last week and it didn't work, Josh. So I was going to stay away from that as a bold prediction.
The only thing I remember is giving up a sack to Aiden Hutchinson last week.
Well, Aiden's
a lot of guys will do that. He's a good player.
Aiden's a hell of a player.
Shit, Darnell Wright could potentially be an MVP coming back from that piss poor performance last week.
He's
speaking of offensive line MVPs.
Yep.
Second team All-Pro. So shout out Darnell Wright. But yeah, shout out to y'all for coming on here with me each and every week, talking ball. It feels so good to finally talk about a winner. And I've never experienced. I guess the 1 year with Nagy, but I haven't really experienced talking winning football on a Chicago Bears podcast. It feels so good to finally get over that hump and do it. Shout out to the chat for coming in each and every week. Whether you're a Bears fan or a troll or a Packers fan or any of these above, Matthew Fochese's in there every week. King Buka's in there every week. I feel like our chat is welcoming to the most part for other Bears fans. So definitely,
we lost our Packers troll. Haven't seen him in a bit.
Well, it is what it is. We're closing out the show. He probably didn't want to hear the shout outs. But yeah, shout out to all y'all. Like, comment, subscribe to Barroom Radio Network. Hit the notification bell to tell you when we go live. But we do so many shows between Buffon 55. Great Gabriel Talks Football every week. That's such an awesome show to hear the ins and outs and the back channels that you don't get that anywhere else. I mean, maybe like Hogan Johns because they're so big, but Gabriel was in that front office. He can tell you about a lot of things that a lot of people don't know. So that's an awesome show. Obviously, shout out to Aldo, the pod father, gave me a shot here, and I feel like I've done a decent job. And shout out to my new computer, y'all. I went out this week.
Yep.
I've tried upgrading the Wi-Fi. I tried doing all the things. I went out this
processing speed like we thought.
I bought a $2,000 Lenovo gaming computer. This is what I'm on now, and it seems to have worked. I haven't noticed any lags or any skip ups and whatnot. What's that look for, KB? Hey, I work for a living, bro.
I was gonna say, brother, how much did you?
Shout out Best Buy. I got a credit card through them, so that's really what it is. I'm paying for it every month.
I was gonna say, man, me on my $300 laptop.
Hey, my other laptop wasn't cutting it, man. I didn't want to buy a new one, but I had to. Yeah, Tooch telling me every week, AC, your thing sucks, and then he goes on Bare Their Souls and says AC's computer sucks. And I was like, well, damn, man.
You might be Tooch for
He's
this,
calling me out. I gotta fix this shit. So
I had the same problem. I had an older MacBook, and once I got the new MacBook Air, it was all those lag went away.
Crazy how it's just one.
That's what I'm using today. This brand new MacBook Air that I got.
Yeah,
Man,
they
y'all
look
these,
great.
Beautiful.
these Apple products. Ugh.
Hey, that's why I got Lenovo, KB.
I've been Apple my whole
I'm
life,
an
man.
Android guy.
Boy, AC got it.
But anyway, we'll see. We'll see them next week.
Absolutely.
Bears go out here, win a football game. Like what's David Kaplan says, get you a cup of coffee and find a way to win a fucking football game.
Hell yeah.
Until next week, we'll just leave everybody with a bear the fuck down.